What is going on, everybody? You are back on another edition of Ballin Over Beers. This is the NFL show, and tonight we are going to be doing another best ball draft on Underdog Fantasy. Make sure, however you're watching this, you are either smashing the like button if you're watching on YouTube or leaving a 5-star review if it's the audio podcast. It goes a long way for us and what we do and all that good stuff. But and in the comments, we were discussing this before we jumped on, whether we like the zero running back strategy or the heavy running back strategy. Tell us what you prefer in the best ball, or if it's something that kind of you dictated by, where your draft position is. But I'm joined, as always, by my guy, James Fitch. James, what's up, brother?
Not too much, Justin. Just ready to jump into another best ball draft. Last week was my first experience with it. And I don't know. I think the hooks are starting to grab me. I can see where it can be. I think part of the value of a best ball draft is finding something to do in June, unless like you're one of those people that like records the Pro Bowl and saves it for like the summer months when you're like itching for like football. But no, I'm excited.
Yeah, man, it is extremely exciting. It's something that I did a little bit last year, but I did it on like DraftKings, and their thing was okay. And like I've been doing it on Underdog this year, and I like the way that their format is set up quite a bit more. So I don't know. It's been something that's a lot of fun for sure. I'm just getting into Underdog here. Let me share the screen here, and we'll see if there's anything that we can.
Well, you're pulling that up, you've done a few drafts already. Has there been like a go-to strategy that have you tried different things? Do you usually go with like a set strategy? What's that look like for you?
Yes, I've done I think 6 or 7 now, and I've tried a couple different things. I did the zero RB strategy, and I'll tell you, you really have to have a stomach for that because yeah, you get some great receivers and stuff, but holy cow, does it go downhill quick when you're drafting some of these running backs. That is for sure. Let me see. Are you seeing my screen right now?
Yeah.
Let's see. So I've done 2 so far for the millionaire one, and then here's my one team. So this one I had the 10th spot, and I went running backs, pretty heavy to start, as you can see. But I got Zeke and Eckler at the turn there. Thought that was pretty decent. But Davis and then Gus Edwards and Darrell Williams were my later running back picks. So I think getting those 5 guys, you're pretty solid there at running back. I probably could have even gone 4. I felt better with Darrell Williams late there, but then these are the receivers kind of with that late pick, and if you go running back early. So Robert Woods, Claypool, Visca, Devonta Smith, Henry Ruggs, Gabe Davis, Josh Palmer, Cornell Powell. Now my tight ends here are not good. Blake Jarwin, Austin Hooper, but I did the Jarwin thing because I got Dak. So I got Dak, Zeke, and Blake Jarwin there as a little 3-man stack for the Cowboys. And then I got Stafford with Bobby Trees, Mr. Robert Woods. So I like that. I like that build. That one's pretty decent. And then if you look at the other one, this is where I went 0 RBs. So pretty much if you go 0 RBs, this is who you're looking at kind of running back wise. It's the Kareem Hunts. It's the Raheem Mosterts of the world as your first few running backs, and David Johnson, Hines, Gio Bernard. So I took obviously the pass catching running backs. I feel like the pass catching running backs just have so much more value, especially later in the rounds when you're doing that, because if some of these backs, if they're just a guy like the backup running back, they don't really have a defined role in the team. They could get 7 snaps or they could get 15 snaps depending on what's going on. But I feel like guys like Naheem Hines and Gio Bernard, they're going to have defined roles. They're going to be the pass catching backs on third down, where their path to getting 15 fantasy points is so much more clear and so much more easy than a guy that is like like an AJ Dillon or something like that from Green Bay, where who knows, he's probably going to split time with Aaron Jones. He's probably not going to get a ton of catches, and then he still could battle with Kylan Hill for catches, their third running back there. So, but my running back or my receivers with that team, you can see Nuke, Julio, Jerry Judy, Devonta, McCole. I got a little stack in here with Kansas City and Pringle and Hardman and Kelsey with Mahomes. So I got a 4-man stack there. I really do like so I took Kelsey with the 8th pick in the first round. So I went him and then Hopkins, which I really like because I think when you get that tight end early like that, you're guaranteed you only need 2. And Kelsey is just so much better than, you know, the 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 tight ends. Unless you're getting, we've talked about this a little bit, the Kelsey, Kittle, Wallers of the world, you're really going to struggle for tight ends. So,
Yeah.
but there you can kind of see the different type of builds with the 2 different strategies, 1-0 on RB, and then the other one going, the running back heavy to start.
What is the starting format? How many running backs, how many receivers? I know you don't choose, but what does it pick for you?
It is 2 running backs. It's 2 running backs, 3 receivers, a flex, and a tight end and a quarterback. I want to be sure.
Half point.
Let me just pull it up here. Yeah. So there's your prize breakdown, tournament schedule, NFL scoring. So your scoring, there you go. Half point PPR. 6 for passing and rushing, 4 for your rushing receiving. Then here it is. QB2, yeah. So 3, 1 flex. So.
Yeah, I'm personally always going to, it's hard for me to separate, I guess, my best ball strategy from my redraft strategy, but I typically always gravitate towards a couple of running backs early on. And then the receivers, I just think it's a crapshoot. So in best ball, like to just go running back, like 3 receivers, 2 receivers, something like that. Like you're still going to get good players that are going to have good weeks, and you just don't have to worry about when to start them. That's the hard part in redraft, is if you go receiver like rounds 3, 4, and 5, you're going to start to run into guys that, like, which one of those guys are sitting on the bench, right? Which 2 of those 3 are you going to play, type of thing. So in best ball, I really like the idea of that strategy.
Yeah, for sure. And I think it's interesting too, because, with the running backs and the receivers, I feel like you have to have, that's why I said with the pass catching running backs, it's so much better to have pass catching running backs than a guy that's just like a backup running back or RB2 on a team or something like that. They have that defined pass catching role where their path to 15 points is so much easier, where 15 points might be like your flex that week and really get you those points. That's why I think when you take some receivers late, with the upside that they have, and if you have, 10 receivers or, 8 to 10 wide receivers, all you have to do is hit on, 4 or 5 of those guys, and you're doing really well in a week. Where I think that a lot of the paths for receivers, their upside might be better, but they also could you just completely flunk out on you, right? You could get a game where, they have 0 targets or 4 targets and they have 2 catches. So that's why I think if you have the 9 receivers, it's easier to spread the wealth out that way, and then hopefully have enough of those guys hit.
Yeah,
for sure. All right, so we're filled up. What pick do you want?
you get to choose.
No, but I'm just saying, which pick are you hoping for?
Oh, I don't really know.
I think the 1 spot. Just give me the 1 spot and let's see what happens.
We got 8, so.
No, of course we did. The worst. God. All right. So
I would say not that one.
no, not the 8th. Didn't want
No,
that
I mean
one.
Christian McCaffrey, and then trying to think like who's going to be there at the turn coming back. Are we looking at like Kelvin Ridley?
Yeah, potentially like a DeAndre Hopkins, Calvin Ridley, depending on which direction we want to go. So like this is where I drafted out of the 8th spot, I believe, on the one team where I took Kelsey at the 8th spot. I didn't. That team ended up being pretty good. I took Kelsey and then Hopkins, but then you're going that 0 RB. You're also looking at guys like potentially like a Cam Akers. You know.
So what The last draft we did on the show, I feel like we had like 7 or 8 because I think we took like Jonathan Taylor or something.
Yeah, we had 7. I think we took Jonathan Taylor. Ooh, Delvin Cook 1.1. That's a different one for you.
I don't hate it.
No, I think it's wrong, but Saquon third. Okay, this draft is gone. It's gone crazy. It's gone crazy. All right, what are you thinking here for this first pick? You want to go running back, or you want to go receiver, or tight end, or what are you thinking?
Probably not tight end. You already did that, so
Okay.
I would think.
So you're going to be looking at like Zeke, Tyreek, Cam Akers, Nick Chubb. So Eckler. So we have Zeke.
Let's go Tyreek. He's, I think, gonna have some explosive games.
I like Tyreek.
That's the hope, right?
I think Tyreek has a path to be the number 1 fantasy wide receiver for sure, right? I mean, him, Diggs, Devontae. I think those you could definitely see a path to the number 1 wide receiver there.
Let's see what falls to us. I think either like a running back or a receiver here. If I mean, would you entertain a Hill Kelsey stack
Oh, for
if
sure.
he was there?
Especially if Kelsey falls to us on the way back. Like Kelsey's ADP is 7.7. Like you're getting great value if he's there all the way in the second.
Right.
No,
Nope,
okay. So
never
he just
mind.
went. So that I was gonna say that guy is no way. Yeah. So yeah, I would say let's see what receiver. I mean, if we go like 0 RB and like Diggs is there, I would not hate that. Or Ridley. Oh, there goes Diggs. So we're 4 picks away. So you're looking at like Aaron Jones, Joe Mixon, Najee, Devontae, Antonio Gibson, Nuke, Calvin Ridley. I think the Falcons' offense, if they stay as passing as much as they could, Calvin Ridley could put up. He could lead the NFL in targets.
I was gonna say to take Ridley if he's there.
Yeah.
I will not get myself to draft Joe Mixon in anything, which means he'll be a stud this year. Yeah. So I think, Ridley's still there, right?
Yeah, Ridley's still there. Take him.
Yeah.
I like it. He's somebody. So I was looking at it the other day because somebody tweeted out who in the NFL do you think's pace will be could sneak into the top 5, and there's some people were saying like Washington could be sneaky because they're top 10 last year, and I looked and immediately the team that stuck out to me was Atlanta. So Arthur Smith, who was the OC in Tennessee, he is now the head coach in Atlanta, obviously, and he in the previous couple of years had Tennessee in the top 5 for pace of play, and Atlanta was already in top 10 in general. So I think him going there. I mean, you gotta think pace of play is equals offensive, fantasy points basically, and especially if they stay throwing the ball. I mean, it's pretty much him right now. Him, Russell Gage could end up being a late guy that we could look at as a little stack, or Kyle Pitts even as a stack at some point.
Yeah, I don't hate that.
And then you always can, Matt Ryan, he's pretty, when it comes to fantasy, he's pretty underrated. The guy's, I mean, he doesn't give you that rushing upside, which stinks, but he continually throws for 4,000 plus, 4,500 yards and 30 touchdowns, basically.
Yeah.
It seems like.
So this guy's going Cook and Justin Jefferson.
Ooh, little Viking stack. Interesting.
Waller too. I like that guy's team. Yeah, I definitely want to be out of that one spot.
Yeah. Cook, Jefferson, Waller. Yeah, that's a nice team. Let's see what this guy. So he's got McCaffrey 1. So so he went. That's pretty solid. See, the builds that you can make on the first and 1-2 spot is so solid. So these 3 teams went running back heavy. 2 teams behind us went running back heavy.
And here we are.
Here we are.
Not a running back to be seen.
Legit. All right. So we're up in a couple picks here. So we got You're looking at Keenan Allen, J.K. Dobbins, Carson Cooper, McLaurin, Miles Sanders, CeeDee Lamb, Mike Evans, Julio.
Dobbins, Carson, Sanders. Whew. Scroll down. I'm looking at the running backs. David Montgomery, Josh Jacobs. This is getting ugly.
So my thought is either CeeDee Lamb or J.K. Dobbins.
Go for it.
Which
I don't
one?
really care. I don't really care. I don't love either of those guys. So
we'll go J.K. Dobbins. So here's my thought now on the way back. I don't know if we want to go quarterback this early.
Are you going to say Lamar?
I could say Lamar. You get a little J.K. Dobbins, Lamar Jackson stack.
I mean, is that a stack that you want?
I think that you're going to get a ton of rushing upside.
Lamar doesn't. I was going to say, I'm thinking like Josh Allen, J.K. Dobbins, where like they're eating into each other's like goal line carries, but Lamar doesn't get those.
Like, I think that's where they are like, you're going to get majority of the rushing. I mean, I think Gus Edwards is going to touch the ball still, but there's such a run-heavy offense that you're still going to get a lot of the touches.
Well,
but
and I think you've got Dobbins in his second year too. I think there's going to be a little bit more trust than there probably was previously, right? I know a lot of head coaches like to stifle rookie running backs a little bit.
Right.
All
right. So
I think this is. What are you going to say?
I was going to say we're 3 picks away. You want to go another running back? We could go another running back. You got David Montgomery, Josh Jacobs, Mike Davis, Travis Etienne, Miles Jackson, Kareem Hunt. Like, I don't mind Mike Davis. We have Calvin Ridley. We got a little Falcon stack going on right there if we wanted that. Etienne is pretty interesting. Gaskin, Javonte Williams. Or if you're looking at receiver, DJ Moore, Bobby Woods, Godwin, Jamar Chase. We're up 14 seconds.
Yeah. I don't really feel strongly on this one. I'd probably go Davis or Godwin. So go take Davis.
Okay. We'll go Davis.
Get a little bit more of a balanced build.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, I think that's solid. Because now we have a Falcon stack. Even if we don't end up getting Matt Ryan, I think that's a nice little stack there in an offense that's going to run a ton of plays. So I like that. Has anyone taken a quarterback yet?
Kyle Pitts just went. It's interesting.
Interesting. Yeah, so Mahomes is the only quarterback off the board so far. Mahomes is the only one off the board. I bet you start to see the run now. What would you think here for this pick? So up on 11, I wouldn't mind looking at maybe, a Dak if he's around or Lamar if he's around. I would be surprised if those guys hung on for that long.
Yeah.
Because we're at pick.
This is how I like starting drafts in general, kind of a 2-2, and then I like going for a quarterback like in the 4 or 5 range.
Yeah.
Quarterback with some rushing upside.
See, that's where I want to make sure I like to get the quarterbacks with the rushing upside as well. I think it just, I know we talked about Matt Ryan. Like, I think Ryan you can get as a second quarterback, but if you can get, one of those quarterbacks that a Josh Allen, a Murray, Jackson, Dak, that's why those guys are up there, right? Even the Herbert, Russell Wilson, Jalen Hurts thing. So I think that, man, one of those guys might be there if we want them.
Quarterback?
Oh, Allen's gone. Your boy.
I did not think he was still going to be there.
No, I didn't either.
I like Dak if he's there.
Dak attack. Yeah, I'm pretty high on Dak.
Hopefully he comes back 100%.
Yeah, I think I saw a report on a camp saying that he looked good. So we are one pick away.
It's crazy to see Thielen going that late. Yeah, take Dak.
We'll take Dak. Let's just see who else is there. Gaskin, Hunt, Ayuk, Odell. We'll take Dak. What do you think about Odell?
Doesn't really do it for me. In a
No?
best ball format, that'd be the format that I could see myself getting him, but I don't know.
I just wonder with that Browns offense, because the Browns offense is, I think it's going to be pretty good again, right? Stefanski, he can call a really good game, and he helped Baker make some strides this past year, and I think they're going to be a pretty good team. So with Odell's
I
talent, I don't know.
It's so hard to. They just have so much. I mean, there's 2 or 3 tight ends. There's 2 solid running backs. You've got 2 or 3
Yeah,
good wide receivers. Like again,
right,
I think that's the beauty of best ball. But
for sure.
I don't hate a Miles Gaskin if he's there. Like Cortland Sutton, Chase Edmonds. I like.
Shark, Anderson, Sermon, Devontae, Boyd, Judy.
Do you have any teams with a Gaskin or an Edmonds?
I do not. So Edmonds just went. So we're 2 picks away.
We're gonna get sniped.
Sniped. This is bye week 14, so we're in pretty good shape with bye weeks. I try to take.
Gaskin's. I was gonna say quick. Gaskin's a guy that I think can be an all around workhorse back too. I think he's gonna catch passes and
Yeah, the Dolphins kind of showed last year that whoever was in the backfield was going to be their guy. So you want to go there, Gaskin?
yeah, if you like him,
I
if you like
do.
the gas can.
I like the old gas can. How about the reports coming out of Dolphins camp today that Tua?
Yeah. I don't put any stock into anything coming out of camp. Like
People get so worked up about it. I'm just like,
it's June 15th.
it is June 15th. It's the first day of mini camps, and people are just like, "Oh my god!" I mean, do I think it's good? I was like, "No," but do I think it's an issue? No.
No.
Like, come on. I mean, it'll be fine. It's June 15th. Everybody's in shorts. There's nothing going on right now.
I would say I'm not very high on Tua in general. But yeah, if I were a Dolphins fan, I would not like be worried about that.
No, no, that's not something that is gonna keep you up at night. I don't think. All right, so right now we're 10 picks away. We have Dak at quarterback. Then we have J.K. Dobbins, Mike Davis, Miles Gaskin at running back, and Tyreek at Calvin Ridley at wide receiver.
So I would say we look at a tight end or a receiver.
Good with that. So let's see what. So tight ends: Dale Goddard, Tyler Higbee, Noah Fant, Logan Thomas, Irv Smith, Mike Gesicki, Robert Tonyan. So I say we wait on tight end.
Yeah, there are 2, maybe 3 names I like there. I like Fant, I like Logan Thomas, and I like TD Tunyon. Tunyon, I don't know. I think his value's a little bit lower with the uncertainty at quarterback in Green Bay.
Yeah, I think we could wait maybe a round to get one of those guys. Wide receiver wise, you got Robbie Anderson, Devonta Smith, Tyler Boyd, Jerry Judy, Will Fuller, Juju, Curtis Samuel, Brandon Cooks, Visca. I like Tyler Boyd. I have him quite a bit though, so I don't mind going in a different direction. I think Boyd is going to get a ton of receptions out of the slot. That's where he's going to get a ton of his work. So I don't mind him. Robbie Anderson's pretty interesting. I think Joe Brady over in Carolina with his offense he showed last year, he took Teddy Bridgewater and made Anderson, DJ Moore, and Curtis Samuel, almost all 3 of them 1,000-yard wide receivers. So maybe he can fix Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
You could also go Gallup here if you think Gallup will do anything.
I don't know if I like Gallup.
No, I don't like him as much. I think a lot of your targets are going to go to CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper, but I did see that Amari Cooper had a little bit of a setback injury-wise. But you like any receiver here?
I'll default to you. I was gonna say, well, it looks like Robbie Anderson just got sniped, so I like Judy or Boyd, either one of those guys.
Let's go Judy. put him in the queue there. I think Judy is one of those guys, those second year wide receivers, right? They always talk about how it usually takes receivers a couple of years, and like then you get the Justin Jeffersons of the world that just explode onto the scene, and then everybody gets impatient, and you see Henry Ruggs kind of struggle a bit, and you see Judy struggle a bit. So I like some of these second year wide receivers that people are going to be a little more down on. I think you can get them for a good call, like good price, like right there. I think Jerry Judy's that's a pretty good price right there.
Yeah, and he was like the air yards king last year, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He
He
I
also
think he was
struggled
up
with some
there.
drops, which is unusual for him.
Yeah.
So I think that's good value. So we're up in 4 picks again. I think we go receiver again. You got Will Fuller, Gallup, Brandon Cooks, Visca, Marquise Brown, Antonio Brown, Jalen Waddle, Mike Williams. And then you still have all those tight ends there. Higbee, Fant. Could go Fant, do a Bronco stack.
Ugh.
You don't have any faith in Drew Lock, bud?
No, I don't. I mean,
He-
Fant's a guy that put up numbers though last year, and I think he can do it again. I mean, I think he's one of their best receiving threats in that offense.
He's ultra talented, that's for sure. Iowa knows how to produce some tight ends.
If we were to take a tight end here, that's the pick I would make. But if you want to go wide receiver, I don't hate that either.
What would you rather have? I would
Out of
say it's
all those,
I would either want LaVisca or Fant if we go tight end.
what's Fant's ADP?
96.7.
Go Fant. I threw you a curveball there.
Did I get him? I think I got him. All right. So we got a little skinny Bronco stack in there. Fant and Judy.
That's a tight end play where at the value that we got him at, how many times do you walk out of a draft going like, yeah, tight end, like I'm not really excited about it. Like most of them, like Fant in the 8th round, like I think that's good.
Yeah, that's solid. That's solid. He'll be solid.
I just think a lot of these receivers here, it's a crapshoot.
Yeah, I think a lot of them are pretty even. Of the guys that are left that won't get to us, I like LaVisca the most. I think he's got some upside. He just gets a lot of different touches. He's going to play receiver. It'll be interesting to see how
Damn. I wanted that Melvin Gordon stack.
All the
No,
Broncos.
no, I hear you. I think LaVisca I think he's a great best ball play.
We got
Ooh,
7
boy.
picks. So
Tony Pollard's there.
that's your boy. You love Tony Pollard.
I do love Tony Pollard. He's just
Michael.
not given a fair shake. He's going to be Chase Edmonds for me last year is Tony Pollard this year.
Yeah.
I was banging that drum last year.
Got coming up on Russell Gage too eventually if we want to go, really engage that stack there. He's ADP is 119. What pick are we? We're at like 120-ish somewhere, right?
Yeah, we're not far from that.
So we can get like Jarvis Landry is another guy. Like
I like Jarvis Landry.
He's gonna get so many catches.
Here.
Right?
Yeah, I like him here. See, I always say that. I said that last year, and I don't know. That offense is so unpredictable. Again, like I feel like they had a couple of crappy weather games last year. They had a couple like 10-3, like 7-6 games.
Yeah.
So it's hard to like go off of that.
They caught 3 brutal win games.
Yeah.
I do like Michael Pittman or McCall here.
Yeah, I like those second, third year breakout guys. If you want to take a stab at one of those guys.
Let's go Pittman.
Yeah.
I won't be a Chiefs homer there. I think Pittman's pretty solid. And then you have the option Carson Wentz later. I think he's a pretty interesting second quarterback in.
We have a quick turn here. What do we got? 3 running backs.
3 running backs, 4 receivers, quarterback, tight end. I want to see running backs. So running backs left, you got Ronald Jones, Gus Edwards, A.J. Dillon, Kenan Drake, Darrell Henderson, David Johnson, Lat Murray, Jamal Williams, Naheem Hines, Devin Singletary, Alexander Madison.
Don't even keep going. Yeah. The I'm drawing a blank. Scroll down on the sorry.
Running backs.
Who's the guy? David Johnson. Like I don't know if it's the uncertainty over Watson or if it's the crowded backfield, but like I'm surprised he's dropping so far. Like he was like a DFS stud last year, second half of the year.
Yeah, he was, and I've picked him up in a couple best balls already because just you get such good value with him.
Yeah, him or Naheem Hines would be the guys I'd probably go with here. Again, with Naheem Hines, there are going to be a couple weeks where it's going to be his weeks, like it was last year.
Mm-hmm.
So he's good to have in your pocket.
Wide receiver wise, you got Corey Davis, Cole Beasley, Marvin Jones, Rashad Bateman, Henry Ruggs, Elijah Moore. Everything coming out of Jets camp right now is Elijah Moore is an absolute stud. He's going to be
Mims
sure
is taking the back seat.
Yeah, it was Moore, Crowder, and Corey Davis, right? Was the three they were talking?
Yeah.
Getting the 1 reps.
We're on the clock.
Oh shit. We lost it. We took Tom Brady. Shit. Oh no.
Oh, that's an epic fail.
Away. All right. Well, we got Brady, I guess. At least they have different bye weeks.
I don't hate it.
At least they have different bye weeks. All right.
That snuck up on me.
Yeah, me too. I thought they were still on the other thing. That's all right.
Well, if it may not kill us, who knows?
We'll see. Let's see if there's any Tampa Bay players left to stack them with. Jones, Gronk, Gio Bernard.
Gio.
That looks like it's about it. Antonio Brown already went. Interesting. All right. Well, I guess we're quarterbacks are off the board for us.
Somebody may have taken David Johnson before us. I didn't even see. I wasn't paying attention.
I was trying to find him too, so they might.
I think that's what happened.
Let's see, where were we? I don't know which way it was going. Oh, so we got Gage sniped on us too. Unfortunately. No. Maybe he's still there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still there. Well, I think that gives us some options. What about like a guy like Darrell Henderson? So he's like, when I think of like backup running backs, like if Cam Akers gets hurt, I feel like Henderson has the chance to be like that number one guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If you're asking me about him over David Johnson, I can't do it.
That's fair.
It's so weird. Like the ADP on David Johnson, like I don't know if it's got to be that crowded backfield, right? I mean, they've got 3-4 guys now.
Hey, for sure, that's probably what it is. Like to me though, even like Ronald Jones right now has the highest ADP for that, and like Ronald Jones, to me, is almost irrelevant in that offense. It seems like because they got Leonard Fournette and they just got Giovanni Bernard and they drafted Keyshawn Vaughn last year. Like Ronald Jones could end up getting cut. Like I feel, and Bruce Arians already doesn't like him, so.
It's weird. I mean, the games that he plays in, like, it's not terrible. He has some fumble issues here and there, but
he's explosive. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna put David Johnson on the queue right now, just in case we get snuck up on again.
I just think he's a great guy this late in the draft. I mean, as of right now, a starting running back.
Right. Exactly.
And you're getting him as your 4th running back.
Yep.
Bang that drum.
Yeah.
Until he gets cut.
Yeah, and then he'll get caught. Philip Lindsay will end up being the starter.
Who else do they have there?
Or
Burkhead?
Yeah, they just signed Burkhead. I feel like
there's another guy.
They might be, because I think they might have just signed Burkhead and they already had 3 or 4 there.
It's not. Sure. 2 picks away. What are you thinking here?
I think if David Johnson's there, we can snag him.
Yeah, Mark Ingram. I was going to say, did they sign Ingram?
Ingram. Gross. Oh, so David Johnson just got sniped on us.
Son of.
Yeah. So backs are AJ Dillon, Lat Murray, Jamal Williams, Naheem Hines, Devin Singletary, Alexander Madison, and JD McKissick. So we're on the clock.
I don't hate Hines. If there's a receiver you'd rather take.
The receiver that I'd rather take if we go receiver would be Rondale Moore. I think Rondale Moore has a pretty compelling argument to be a pretty explosive player this year, but I'm good with either or. You can pick.
Go Hines.
All right, so let's. I think we got to go receiver. Receiver next, and there'll be some guys. So we're 8 picks away. Like I said, I think I like more of these guys. You got Bateman, Henry Ruggs, Rager, Gabe Davis, Aguilar, Ty Hilton. T.Y. Hilton. I don't know why I called him Ty Hilton.
I was not sure either.
I saw the T.Y. and I'm like, oh, Ty Hilton. No.
I was just going to let it roll.
Yeah.
I know Gabriel Davis is a guy we've talked about. He just went. I was going to say Bateman. He just freaking went.
What do you think about like the Ravens pass catchers though? Isn't that like a
yeah, I know where you're going. I would go Bateman. Like if I'm taking any of them, like Bateman's the guy I'd wait for, just because you kind of know what you're getting with the other guys, and Bateman's kind of that unknown. He's a rookie, right? So you don't know what that's going to look like, but I think there's upside, and you can get him very late.
Yeah, no, you definitely can get him pretty late.
Well, your Rondale Moore pick is still there, so I think we just ride that if he doesn't go.
As a backup, we could look at Paris Campbell, get ourselves an Indy stack if we wanted that. Terrace Marshall, I think, is interesting in Carolina.
It's my LSU guy.
Who do you think starts in New England at quarterback?
I still think it's going to be Cam.
Even after watching him yesterday and airmailing all those passes into the end zone.
We just talked about how it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. I think it's going to be Cam too, but it's just funny. Everybody sees these videos and it's 2 passes, 2 completes for one guy and 2 completions for the other guy, and everybody freaks out when they're in shorts throwing on air to a receiver that no one's covering.
Dude, I'm pumped about our Tom Brady pick. He's going to take us to the championship on this team.
He honestly might. He's going to come out probably some week and throw for like 450 and like 6 touchdowns. That New England week, the revenge week, him versus Belly.
Yeah, I think that's week 4.
Dude, I'm so psyched for that. That is going to be a sweet game.
Oh, I'm so excited for football.
I know, it's going to be the best. Best time of year, crock pot season, making some good crock pot food.
Pumpkin beers.
Pumpkin beers, my favorite.
Pumpkins.
The best. All right, so let's think can we do here? I think we got to go. Right now we have 5 receivers. I think we keep going receiver here for a little bit. We got tight end Noah. Let's see what we got. So there's still, we could go Gronk as our second tight end and get a stack. That's not terrible.
I'd rather go Jarwin and stack him with Dak than Gronk. That's just me.
We'll throw him in there.
You probably have Jarwin on like every single one of your teams.
No, I think just 1 or 2, honestly.
I don't hate Perriman in Detroit. It's him and Tyrell Williams and what's it? Cephas, yeah. I was trying to remember his name.
John Brown, I think, is an interesting guy. Well, there's Amon Ross St. Brown, the rookie, too, in Detroit, I guess. I forgot about him. But
Tyrell Williams, James
Crowder. Diami Brown is interesting in Washington.
I didn't realize how crowded that Jets receiver group is.
I know, and Crowder just took a pay cut, too, or he restructured his contract.
MVS is, I think, you can probably sit on him a little bit.
Yeah.
Terrence Marshall's intriguing because of that unknown again.
I think that John Brown's intriguing too in Vegas. Because you think we're on the clock, but you think about last year, they had Nelson Aguilar, who kind of exploded on the scene as a deep threat guy. John Brown could take that job over.
Go for it.
I want Denzel Mims. Jarwin or Brown? Who do you want?
Take Brown. We can wait on a tight end. I don't think people are dying to draft Blake Jarwin
No,
at this point.
I don't think so either. I don't think everybody's lining at the door for that one. All right, let's take a look at our team here. We got Dak and Brady, Dobbins, Davis, Gaskin, Hines, Hill, Ridley, Judy, Pittman, Rondell Moore, Brown, Noah Fant.
And I feel like having a stronger option for your first tight end helps.
Yeah, it does for sure. For sure.
He's a guy, Fant's a guy that you know is going to be a red zone target. He's going to be a default option in the offense.
Yeah,
whereas a lot of the other tight ends, you're lucky, you're just praying they don't goose egg you, you know?
Yeah. So running back Gio Bernard, he would be pretty interesting. Then you have the Brady Bernard, and he's your fifth running back now. Now again, you have the two pass catching guys as your fourth, fifth receiver or running back, excuse me.
Yeah, no, I like it.
I don't hate that as an idea. Receiver wise, yeah, I think dude, Mims' ADP is about to plummet right after those reports today, and like how everybody's loving Elijah Moore,
which makes him probably a good option, like a good stash.
Yeah, if you can wait.
He's not he wasn't a bad player last year, so
no. Almighty Zacchaeus.
Zacchaeus, yeah.
He might be an interesting one later, again, just to go along with that Falcons. You know, it's got to be Gage, and then he might be the third guy, that third receiver, other than Kyle Pitts. I don't know.
Yeah, we talked about it last week. Hayden Hurst is still there, so they'll probably, I would think, run some 2 tight end sets. I think he's a decent tight end option for them.
Yeah, I agree. Like you mentioned, MBS. MBS has got that deep threat. He's always that deep threat option in Green Bay, right?
If Rodgers is there, I mean, MVS is good for 2, 3 plus, 60, 70, 80-yard touchdowns.
Yeah, and one dropped 70-yarder a game.
At least, yeah.
And Rodgers just glares at him. All right, so do you want who do you want here? Jarwin?
Gio. Go Gio.
Gio.
We'll secure that fifth running back spot. Feel good about it.
I think so. I feel pretty good about the backs, honestly. Dobbins, Davis, Gaskin, Hines, Gio. Like, to me, that's pretty solid.
The gas can.
That's pretty solid. Let's look at these teams. Let's see at the one spot where he went after Waller. So Jacobs, I don't like that pick.
No.
Higgins, I like Higgins quite a bit. Everybody's so high on Chase. I think Higgins could still end up being that number one guy. Okay, so he went Burrow Higgins. He got that stack there.
He's got a mini San Francisco stack too. He's got a mini Minnesota.
Yeah, he got Trey Lance too. Okay, he handcuffed Cook. Interesting. What else do we got here? McCaffrey, Cup, Etienne, Chark. Okay, so we got a little Jack stack going on there. Star Brown. Oh, and there's T Law. So there's your Jags stack. A lot of little stacks in here. Allen, Hawk, Fishka, Pollard.
I like that team.
This third one?
Yeah.
Got a little Allen and Cole Beasley
Tony
stack.
Pollard.
You love Tony Pollard. That's your boy. All right, let's take. Where are we?
Ooh, Cohen wouldn't have been a bad option.
Who's that?
Tariq Cohen just went. That wouldn't have been a bad option.
Yeah. So we still got Jarwin on the board.
Hey, I had a feeling he would drop. Not this far though. That's crazy. Hunter Henry's still there too.
Yeah.
Hooper drives the boat.
I wouldn't mind if Jarwin's there snagging him as our second tight end. You get that.
Yeah, like it. Above his ADP too.
Yeah, which is always a nice little thing. Feel like you get some value on him at this point. Let's just double check bye weeks, make sure it's not. Okay, we're good there. Now just hopefully one of these guys don't snipe us.
Oh, it's gonna happen.
Yeah, no, a tight end just went. I'm like, oh, I saw tight end. I was like, no. Zach Wilson.
He's sitting at the top. This guy needs a tight end. Oh no.
Oh no. No. Yep.
No. I
uh,
called it. I don't Hooper's a fine option. Hunter Henry's not terrible in a best ball. I don't know. I don't really.
which one you want tight end now, or you want to go MVS?
We could probably wait on a tight end. There's some names there that I wouldn't hate.
Want to go MVS then?
Yeah, take him.
All right, we'll go Scanling. I can't freaking Jarwin getting sniped on us.
We waited too long.
It's always the risk. You play a little game there. I'll put Hooper in the queue for us. Molly Cox is interesting. That would be a little mini stack here with Hines and Pittman, right?
Not interesting to me, but
no. Molly Cox doesn't do anything there.
No,
you Jack Doyle fan?
I'm a not Colts tight end fan because Phillip Rivers isn't there anymore.
That's a good point. That's a fair point.
I would take Dawson Knox before I would take Moelle Cox.
Oh, he is the one that knocks. He knocks the ball down when he tries to catch it.
I think he's. I don't know. I think he's gonna have a breakout year for him. He's in that third year. I'm hoping that he comes around.
He can be the guy. All right, receiver here. We're 2 picks away. Kadarius Toney, Diami Brown, the ghost of AJ Green, Demarcus Robinson.
I like Slayton here.
Slayton. Slayton.
He was their one last year, right? And now that they've got Galladay, I feel like that actually could help Slayton.
Yeah, I agree. That could be something that finally there's, somebody else to take some of the coverage away. Now you just got to hope that Daniel Jones doesn't either throw an interception or fumble it before he can get him the ball.
Yeah.
His turnover stat is just, it's amazing to look at.
He's just carrying the torch from Eli Manning.
It's true. It is true. You forget how many turnovers Eli had, which is pretty wild. That Daniel Jones seems to have like 4 times the amount. All right, so we should probably get our second tight end if Hooper's there on the way back, which he's not because he just got taken.
Because you just said his name.
I know, seriously, you can't say his name and he's gone. Ebron.
Dan Arnold, baby.
The wild man, Dan Arnold.
Yeah, I would take Ebron or Knox before Moelle Cox. That's just me. Feel free to take whoever you want.
So we'll go in that order. We'll see if who's left there.
Do the bye weeks match, or do they work with?
That's a good call. Yep, they're all good. They're all good. So this will be the 17th round, so we'll have 1 pick after that. This is where I've been taking guys like Josh Palmer, Byron Pringle, KJ Hamler, Van Jefferson.
KJ Hamler's a name that I've been hearing in best ball formats to kind of take that next step.
Yeah.
There's a lot of receivers there too, a lot of pass catchers.
Hamler was pretty explosive last year, and he kind of came on towards the end of the year because I had him in Dynasty. I think I've mentioned this before. I had him in Dynasty. I actually had to start him because I had injuries and people out, and he did like okay for me, which was shocking. But yeah, I like, any of these guys down here, Van Jefferson, KJ Hamler, Josh Palmer. The second receiver in Kansas City is kind of up for grabs. So I've been trying to sprinkle in Byron Pringle, Cornell Powell, or McCole Hardman wherever I kind of can. It's just, they're not going to be the number 1 target by any stretch of the means, or even the 2, but they're still going to get touches. It's a pass heavy offense that scores a lot of points. So getting big pieces of that offense, I think is not a bad strategy.
Wayne Coleman.
That's an interesting pick.
How many running backs do they have? They have more than Houston.
I know, right? And that's the problem. In Kyle Shanahan, you never know which one to play. I guess
Yeah, I
it's like
think
you want Knox.
I don't care.
We'll go Knox tight end 2.
Yeah, baby.
Your boy.
Get some Buffalo on there.
Josh Reynolds, the forgotten man already in Tennessee.
Kendrick Bourne, the big free agent signing for New England.
Bourne and Aguilar just brutal, brutal, brutal. Kind of like
I
the
like
rest of this
I
receiver
like
board.
I like Hamler here.
Yeah, yeah. I think that if Hamler gets back to us, I think he's the pick for sure. Like I said, if not, I don't mind trying to grab one of these Chiefs guys just because high passing offense. Hopefully they're on the field a little bit. Maybe can get a touchdown here or there. I don't know. I feel like I don't get the 1 or 2 spot enough when I do these drafts.
Have you gotten it at all?
I think the best I might have gotten the 2 spot once. I think I got the 2 spot once, and then the 5 spot after that. Because I remember I took Cook, and then I think I took Henry out of the 5 spot.
Taysom Hill.
That's an interesting pick. If he for some reason ended up starting,
Yeah, I like it's worth the risk.
yeah. At this point, hey, Hamler didn't get sniped from us. All right,
So much Denver.
dude, you love it. Let's see. We'll get. Oh yeah, we do have
Judy, Hamler, and Fant.
3 Denver guys. 3 Denver guys. All right, Drew Lock. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen, Lock. We got a little Denver stack going on.
It's gonna be Teddy B, right?
What's that?
It's got to be Teddy B, right?
I think it's gonna be Lock is gonna get the first chance at it.
Yeah.
For sure. I mean, how long that lasts, I don't know.
Do you usually go 3 quarterbacks, or do you usually sit with 2?
I've done both. I think in this, like with these guys that we got, I don't think we need 3. Like I think
Brady's not getting hurt.
Yeah, knock on wood. But even that, it's just you have 2 guys, and the likelihood that are going to be probably top 12 quarterbacks, and
Yeah.
Dak, you're kind of banking on being a top, 4 or 5 guy, I would think. If not, top 2, you're hoping. So I think 2 is fine with those 2 guys. I mean, I'll take 3 if I'm taking a flyer late on somebody.
Yeah.
Or if I think that, my quarterbacks aren't kind of as strong, or my second quarterback isn't as strong, at least. But so there's the team. Dak, Brady, Dobbins, Davis, Gaskin, Hines, Gio, Hill, Ridley, Judy, Pittman, Moore. I like what I don't know. I like what we did with this team. I think it's interesting. We got a little Denver stack. We got, a little Colt stack.
Have you done a best ball draft where you're like, I hate this team?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Have you?
Yeah, I'll click on some of my teams here. This team's okay. Picked out of the 11th spot, went Mixon Harris. I hate the Sermon pick looking back at it. This is a little scary.
I've been hearing his name a lot. Like he's going to be the guy, Trey Sermon.
Yeah, I think he got hurt though, didn't he?
But yeah, I'm not sure. Jeff Wilson got hurt.
Oh, maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Let's see. So this is the one that I was talking about out of the 5 spot. So I went Derrick Henry, Michael Thomas, Robert Woods. So I got a little Bengal stack in there with Burrow, Chase and Boyd. I got Rashard Higgins, Harrison Bryant, and Baker. So a little stack there. Running backs are okay. Well, there's Jeff Wilson hurt.
Yeah, I think he's gonna miss a few games, but I don't. He's a guy that's gonna come in and play and have a 3 touchdown game.
Yeah, this is a 6 running back team, so that's a pretty unusual team for me.
I like Moss in best ball format. I think if they're gonna commit to the run a little bit more, I think
Yeah,
he
he's
could
pretty
take the next
interesting.
step.
Okay, so this was clearly a 0 running back team. Yeah. Edmonds, Mostert, Hines, Murray, Coleman. Oof. So I got a Diggs and Allen stack. I do like the receivers though, and Gabe Davis with that.
Two Buffalo players on this team.
3, bud. I got Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, and Gabe Davis.
Oh, you got Allen on there.
I got the full stack.
That's your winning team right there.
I got the full stack, buddy. And I got Wentz, Hines, and Paris Campbell. That's a pretty solid team other than the running backs are terrible. But that's your 0 running back build right there.
Yeah, Murray's gonna get some time. I feel he's been dependable in New Orleans. I feel like he's earned that time, so he's gonna be a guy that you can.
He always does, right? It's crazy. Mm-hmm. He always gets those touches. Mahomes. So I picked 8th. Tyreek. Little Niner stack. Got Chiefs. Tyreek McColl. I took the ghost of AJ Green there.
How many of these $5 ones have you done? 1, 2, 3, 5 or 6?
Yeah, 5 or 6. 5 or 6. Oh, there's another one out of the 5 spot to Kamara. Kamara CEH. That's interesting.
It'll be interesting to see how a lot of this plays out.
Yeah.
I'll end up doing a couple now, probably a couple, I don't know, maybe like a couple each month up until the season. It'll be cool to see how the ADPs change and which guys are risers and which guys are fallers.
Yeah, I'll probably do some more of the $1 million one, for the million one later. I'm doing a lot of the $5 ones, trying to figure out my strategy and kind of what I like the best. I did one of each. I did like I said, the 0 RB, and then I did the running back heavy one. So I feel like a lot of it too depends on your draft spot, because if I get like a top 5 pick, I'm drafting a running back. Like, I'm not gonna, I am. It's
hard not to.
Yeah, for sure. But any closing thoughts before we get out of here?
No, just 1 week closer to football season. I can almost taste it.
Oh yeah, buddy. Can't wait. But appreciate everybody being here with us. That's Fitchy24 on the Twitter machine. You can find us at Ballin Over. I am at JDiz1617 on Twitter. Again, like the show on your way out. Tell us what best ball strategy you prefer. And if you're listening to it on the audio, make sure you're giving this a 5-star review. We appreciate everybody being here. We'll talk to you next time.